Good morning, everyone. It's Jackie, Jack's Creative Inspirations, here on YouTube and on Facebook. And on Instagram, I go by the handle at Scrappin' Jacks. Welcome to my channel about crafting and cross-stitching. It is Thursday morning, March the 6th, 2025. It is very early in the morning. And I wanted to welcome everyone and want you all to know that everyone is welcome here. Everyone. I want to thank those of you who are my subscribers for coming back. I know that you have a lot of things to do with your time, and there is a lot of phenomenal content on YouTube, and I do appreciate you spending time with me. And for those of you who are new here, welcome aboard. Take a look around, kick the tires, take it out for a test drive. If you like what you see, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ding that notification bell. Unfortunately, I just do not routinely upload videos, so hitting that bell will help you to know when I put out new content. And I really love it when you share constructive criticism or positive thoughts and hints, tips, tricks. We all live for that stuff, and that's all part of building up this community. Okay, so it's been a month, exactly 1 month since I've been here last, and I'm very sorry. It's been kind of crazy. Still struggling with health issues. My father, I'm the oldest of 3 children, and now there are 2 of us surviving. My brother, the older of my 2 brothers, John, passed away right before Christmas. He would have been 60 this coming summer. He had a massive heart attack. Our father had a massive heart attack at the age of 45. 7 years later, received a heart transplant, and then passed 4 months after that. Consequently, I went to my doctor going, I want a workup. I want to know what's going on. I do not want to blindside my family the way that my father and my brother have. I can't do that. And so they agreed. And so for the last 5-6 weeks, I have been doing a lot of testing. EKGs. Yesterday was 2 different CT scan tests to actually look at my heart. And this afternoon is an echocardiogram, which is an ultrasound of my heart. For 2 weeks, I wore a monitor stuck to my chest with adhesive like Band-Aids that I'm allergic to. But for 2 weeks, I endured it so that we could see what my heart's been doing. Once I know things, I will definitely pass it all along. So, as far as stitching goes, I've not had a lot of stitching. I did, last time I showed you, I had started a Joan Elliott piece for GaRon Designer Focus of the Month for February. I did not get much done on it after that. I don't think I got anything done on it after that. What I have been doing, though, is working on a piece from Romy's Creations. And it was a freebie that she had released in her Facebook group. Pardon me, I had left the chart sitting underneath the box of tissues that's holding up my camera, or my phone. So this is the chart. I love our friend sheep. And again, it is a freebie on her Facebook group, Romy's Creations. You do need to answer a couple of questions to get into the group. However, I want you also to be aware that she is actually on her way to Nashville, if she's not yet at Nashville, for Needlework Market. And she will probably be a little preoccupied, so we'll give her a little time to get into the group. When we spoke last, I had started the piece, and as I was stitching it, I was like, well, I can make one for Marcia and put her initials on one sheep, my initials on one sheep, and then there's Taylor. I could put her initials, my initials. I have a Stitchy Bestie on the East Coast I could do for her. There's this person, there's that person. Well, wait a minute, this person's going to feel left out. Well, and then I'm like, why would I be making so many of these? I'm attending 2 retreats. Well, now it's actually 3 retreats. I'm attending 3 retreats, and I will be attending a special class at Acorns and Threads in a month. So why not just make one for all of my Seattle friends So that is this one that I had started. I put a button on here for a little heart. And then I thought, well, shoot, I will have all my Seattle and Portland besties stitch their initials on this one. And then I thought, well, there's Library Stitchers Retreat. So I got out some more fabric and some different floss, and I started and finished Friendship for the Library Stitchers Retreat. Here in a bit, the next retreat that I attend will be in September. This one will be in April. The next retreat after that is September, and that is Stitching in the Wild. So here in a bit, I will get that one started. I'm also going to put a button on here. There'll be a button here. This is a piece of 14 count Aida that was in my stash. It was a part of a D-stash lot, so I have no idea who dyed it. It does say that it's a mixed berry hand-dyed Joblin Aida. Anyway, so yeah, so I've put a video on the Library Stitchers Facebook group to invite everyone to stitch up their own friendship, and I've got the hashtag spread the friendship, and so hopefully everyone will stitch up one of their own, and we can stitch each other's initials onto each other's sheep and spread the friendship. So this one I started my project card with all 3 of them. Now I've got to make 4. This one I started the 23rd of February and finished it on the I started it on the 23rd of January and finished it on the 11th of February. 16 count white clay by Fox and Rabbit. The DMC colors are Blanc 310 and DMC 815. Library Stitchers. 14 count mixed berry Joblin Aida Ecru 37.99 and 8.24. 8.24 is the blue, and then the green under the sheep's feet, the green under their feet is 9.06. I started this one, the Library Stitchers one, on the 15th of February, finished it right at midnight tonight, so this morning. So 2 more coming, and I will share those once I get those going. So those were starts and finishes, and that really is all I have done stitching-wise. Stitching acquisitions. You might want to grab something to drink. You might want to grab some paper and a pen. This is pretty big. The D-stash groups. Facebook Marketplace. So, yeah. Okay. So, first off, since it is the 6th of March, I can now safely show you, this is the bag of the month for March from GaRon Totten Bags. That is the inside. That is the outside. Those cute gnomes and mushrooms. Pots of gold. Okay. Sorry. I got a bit of the creeping crud today. When I got my bag, I got my Fox and Rabbit Fabric of the Month from Gary and Ronnie, and it is an 18 count paper bark. Fox and Rabbit. Alrighty. And then, there it is. Okay. I also got from Fox and Rabbit, because I'm also in Fox and Rabbit's Fabric of the Month Club. This is February 2025 Patreon. I think I already got my February, and I'm not in their Patreon, so I'm thinking this is March. Promise of Spring. This is so pretty. It is the faintest, just slightest, and it's getting blown out, minty green. Just the slightest, mintiest green. That's more blue, but it is a minty green. Promise of Spring. This is also 18 count Aida. Let's see. There's that. These are plans. I apologize for not being more prepared. We don't have any other fabric in there. Okay, so let's see. These are plans, so I'll tuck those there. Acquisitions. So one of the acquisitions I got was this chart. It is Salty Stitcher Designs. It is called Parrot. There are only 3 colors of DMC on this chart. This is going to be a stitch along with the GaRon Zoom group. We are starting this on the 26th of April, which is Gary and Ronnie's LNS 1-year anniversary. I will be in Augusta, Maine for the Library Stitchers Retreat, so I will start it there. And I love this. I love this. I do. However, having seen parrots in person flying through the rainforests of Belize, this doesn't do them justice. So I decided, I made a gutsy decision to go with a tie-dye fabric. Yes. This is a tie-dye fabric from the dyer Oblong Meow, and they are on Etsy. Oblong Meow. And she had these 2 pieces, and these are 14 count. And they're beautiful, they're stunning. They're not big enough. And this was all she had. So I reached out to the dyer and owner of Oblong Meow, explained my predicament, and asked if I could please get a 1/2 yard of 18 count, because I am obsessed with this fabric. So she wrote back and she said, absolutely, I can do that for you. However, it is very time intensive, and it's very, because of the different, steps. And she said, it will cost you more. I don't care. I don't care. This is worth it to me. So I'm going to do 18 count, and I am going to try doing a sulky 12 weight, black, just in black, so that it will, I'm so excited. So plan slash acquisitions. I went many years ago when I was stitching back in the 80s. No, excuse me, back in the 90s, early 2000s. I had found this series of pamphlets or booklets from Leisure Arts. Let me get you the originals, because these are working copies. I always, always, always make a working copy. And so there are 3 of them. This is the Holy Family: Mary, Joseph, Baby Jesus, Donkey, Cow. The second book is the Wise Men. So you have the 3 wise men and 2 camels. And then the third book are the shepherds and an angel. So you have 2 older shepherds, you have a younger shepherd, and you have 3 sheep. All together, it looks like this. I'm debating. This is actually stitched. The models are stitched on 14 count Aida. I am debating on whether I want to do 14 count Aida like this, or if I want to do perforated paper and maybe put it into a shadow box frame, much like a diorama. Remember the diorama days from school? Yeah. Anyway, so I had these booklets, and I think somewhere along the line, I went through the cross-stitching stuff and went, I'm not doing this anymore, and let it all go find new homes, because I was doing paper crafting at the time, and that was a regret. So I found these on eBay, very, very reasonably priced. Pretty much the same price as I would have bought them straight off of the shelf at the big box store. And yeah, so I sat down and created a spreadsheet of all the DMC that's needed and how many skeins of each I'm going to need. And then, yeah, list of the Mill Hill beads and the Krynic and the blending filament. And so, yeah, coming down the pipe soon. Okay. Another plan / acquisition. On the 15th of March, the GaRon group is going to be starting a stitch along with this. Now, if you are a part of GaRon, you know that in their Christmas box, these last 2 years, they have had Ronnie the Reindeer, which is a reindeer wearing clothing, hands in pockets. And this chart came under Gary's nose and he went, oh my God, it is Ronnie the Reindeer. It's from Serenita di Campagna, Italian designer, and it's called Lord Deer. Some people are like, no, I'm not going to stitch that. I'm not going to stitch that wallpaper background. I am. Because I'm extra that way. I still need to gather up the floss. It's all DMC and fabric. Figure out a fabric and then do a floss toss. Or get the floss and then do a floss toss on fabric. That's my working copy. Let's see here. I too have joined the Animal Cracker train. I got Dr. Raven, which is the raven that is dressed as a plague doctor. So at my LNS, which is Threadneedle Street in Issaquah, I picked up Blizzard. This was a Jingle Ball exclusive. Chili, another Jingle Ball exclusive. Clementine. Clovis the Badger. Humphrey, he's one of her older ones. Jack the Rabbit. Jenny is a chicken or a chick. Millie. Monroe. Nettle. She's recent. And yes, for right now, that's what I have. The rest of them are on my wish list at 123 Stitch. If I've got them there, but if I can't get them from Gary and Ronnie, then or from Denise at Threadneedle Street, then I have a backup. All right. Well, hold on a minute. Sorry again for not being prepared. Okay, I showed you Lord Deer and I showed you Parrot. I have a new stitchy friend and we met up a few weeks ago on a Saturday morning at Starbucks. And she brought along some things. So she did some Pass the Stash. Scary Sampler. So Gary has stitched this one. I've seen it. And yeah. Okay. Same time I got the Holy Family booklets off of eBay. I found the Enchanted Sleigh. So first off, let me show you Noble Companions Book 2. I am slutty for Santa. I will be the first to admit it. But Noble Companions had a companion piece, the Enchanted Sleigh. So I found this one on eBay as well, very reasonably priced again. Alrighty. Let's see here. I think these are some printouts. Hang tight. Let me look. Let's see. That's a freebie. That's a freebie. That's a freebie. Oh, there's the one I was going to show Brandy. And freebies. Okay. This was an accidental duplicate purchase. Jingle from Shepherd's Bush. This is on one of the mini bags. So this will potentially be a pass the stash. Let's see. That was a pass the stash. When I was at my LNS at Threadneedle Street, Marcia got done ahead of me, and so she goes and sits down next to the clearance bin, and she found these two pieces. I absolutely love the artwork of Alphonse Mucha. Summer. I'm a summer baby. My birthday's in August. I'm a Leo. And this. Parrot. So these were from Mystic Stitch Inc. Both of these. Okay. Oh yeah. More past the stash. JBW. Alphabet Pumpkin. Carrie, Tiger Lily Designs, had a sale of her quarterly Keeper Club box extras. When these were in the Keeper Club box for last July, I saw them. They're cute. They're great. I didn't think I was going to use them. Adam Hart thread drops. These are specific. These were custom made for Carrie's box, this color. And then in the Advent box, she gave us red ones. And so these ones I had given to Taylor, and then I'm like, yeah, no, I think I want to have a set. So I went and I ordered another set from Carrie, and then when she sent them, she sent a pack of her project cards. Project tracker cards. So that I was watching, so this is over a month of acquisitions, guys. So please, please, please believe that this is not something I do all the time. So I was watching Floss Paper Scissor, which is Julie and her daughter Catherine. And Julie used to be with Jane and running with needles and scissors, I think it was. So Catherine, I'm listening. It's background noise. I'm listening as I'm working on something. And I heard Catherine talk about finding a kit at Welcome Stitchery up in Blue Earth, Minnesota. And Catherine found this kit and didn't get it and regretted not getting it. Then went back to the shop and found it. And she said no self-respecting sheep would go around with a lobster and a crab on its back. And I went, oh, yes, it would if it's going to the Library Stitchers Retreat. And nearly broke my wrist trying to get the computer cleared off, everything cleared off so I could get to it and find out what in the world is she talking about. Bent Creek. So the sheep has waves in it. There's the crab, there's the lobster. Those flags spell out the word S-E-A-C. I don't think any of the Library Stitchers people watch, but if you do, well, you just got a peek of my small I'm going to do for Library Stitchers Retreat. I'm actually breaking with tradition. Autumn. He leads you. but the U actually says he leads me, but he leads you. Life is good, and it has a little charm. Lucky. Smiling at you. This is a new one. Spring. And I'm going to have to find the charm. I just showed you summer. And then this is winter with the snowman. And the sweater. Be in my bonnet stitch cards. The latest one, W, set W. Another bandwagon I have jumped onto, and thank you D-Stash Group. Prairie Schooler Santas. So, let's see here if I can figure this out. 1986. 1987, 1991, hold on here, 1993, 1994, 1998, 2000. Yes, I know I could go get a book that has them all together, but why when you can have the originals? 2001, 2008, 2009, 2010, hold on here a minute, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2014, 2015, and I have 2024 already. D-Stash, Blackbird Designs, Glad Tidings, Miss Mary Margaret Wool from the Primitive Hair, oh my goodness, there's cotton. I know there's several of these I'm going to have to find. Paula Vaughn, Yesterday's Dream. Paula Vaughn, Through a Mother's Eyes. I love that. You look in the reflection, it's a little girl. And then I have never tried these kits, but the Seattle Stitcher, Megan, she swears by them. Mareshka, again, Alphonse Mucha. This is Blonde Maiden. Yeah, Blonde Maiden. Ah, sorry, there we go. And Alphonse Mucha, Brunette, Mareshka. And then I am pretty much at the bottom of the basket. Yay! Last time I had mentioned that I had placed an order with the Featherweight shop for a replacement foot pedal for my featherweight, and I got the modern one. I did not go with the old Bakelite one. And I also got a tube of motor and gear grease, motor and gear lubricant. I need to find the time now to take it to the local sewing vacuum shop who has somebody on staff that knows featherweights. But I also got for free a calendar from the featherweight shop. And I do believe that that is the last of the acquisitions. Yay! Now I can put all this stuff away. And yes, more kits. Okay, hang on one moment. Okay, sorry about that. I was wrong. Tucked in between my leg and the chair was Mill Hill kits that I also picked up off of Stash and Load. Let me put these things. I'll put those things over there too. All right, so Mill Hill kits. A lot of the people in some of these de-stash groups, I think, had shops at one point in time or bought out shops. And that's great. That's wonderful. You know, I did not realize, and this is what gets me into trouble, is I did not realize that they had like 20 or 30 of these Mill Hill kits. And I'm just going through and going, me please, me please, me please. And then I realized, oh shit. Oh my God. No, wait a minute. Back up, back up, back up. Abort, abort. Winter Holiday Collection Ye Olde Santa. Now, if these have magnets on them, I'm going to make all of these into ornaments. I will not put them on, make them into pins. I will not put them on magnets. I will make these into ornaments. I want to have trees up year round. So, Ye Olde Santa. I have swimsuit and swim trunks from this. There's watermelon. Gotta save the bees. My great nephew absolutely loves tractors and farms and barns. This was from another person doing a de-stash. Again, slutty for Santa. Easter eggs. I don't really have a lot of Easter things, so I'm starting to kind of collect up some Easter kits. I could have gotten the other one, but I didn't want to. At this moment in time, no, I don't want anything to do with that other party. My little happy camper. I have a vintage camper. Yes, gonna have fun. I'm really thinking I'm going to go and get Leela Studios Spring Parade, the 2 sets of little Easter ornaments that she did. And a snail. A snail is just a slug with its RV. That's the way I think about it. A slug in his RV. And finally, for this Leo girl, and that, I swear, is the last of the stash enhancement acquisitions. So, who have I been watching? Well, honestly, who have I not been watching? I'm going to go through this list. There are so many more Flosstubers out there that I am watching. I also am watching a lot of different things. Again, tornado footage, cows getting pedicures in Southwest Scotland. And there is a channel I'm going to talk about here in just a second that I watch quite a lot. I also have been watching a lot of craft room, sewing room organization. I've been watching a lot of videos about sewing machine restoration and maintenance, especially vintage antique sewing machines. I have a collection of Singer Touch and Sews, and I would really love to learn all I can about maintaining fixing, repairing these machines. If it's anything electrical, nope, I'll have somebody else do that. But things like cleaning up the gears and cleaning, clearing out the gunk, and things like that. Happy to learn to do that. But anything that requires rewiring a motor, no. That's not me. So, floss tubes that I have been watching, and I will list all these down below. The runner stitcher, Andrew. Phenomenal work he's been doing. He has been working on, in fact, it was through Andrew that I found out about Oblong Meow. He is working on a piece right now. I think it's called the Festive Frosted Pumpkin Cottage. And he got the fabric from Oblong Meow. Willitstitch. He is down in Pensacola, Florida. He's got 3 floss tubes out now. Just phenomenal stitching, awesome stitching. Very, very, very sweet, kind guy. Dace Man. He is from England. Been loving watching them. Stuart and Stitches. Stuart is in Scotland. And just love watching him. The Seattle Stitcher, Megan. I love watching her work. She just has the most phenomenal pieces. Very accomplished knitter. She's been knitting, I think she said since she was a teen. Picked up cross stitch 2 or 3 years ago, and oh my word, she's just been running with it. The Thread Gremlins, they're also here in Seattle. Been loving watching them. They did a great one just recently with their Nashville Needlework Market picks. Comfort Stitching, Jackie. Jackie lives in Weston, Missouri, which is just north of Kansas City. And I was born in St. Joseph, so that is my neck of the woods. She has the most adorable Scottish Terrier named Archie. Jackie used to be a yoga teacher, and she has that very soft, soothing voice. Her latest floss tube, she paid tribute to Jean Lee. And I do want to take a moment at this time and let the family, Jean's family and the attic know you all are in my thoughts and prayers. I never had the honor of meeting Jean. However, her ripples have touched everybody. That the pebble, she was the pebble in the pond, and those ripples have touched literally everybody in this community, if not directly, definitely indirectly. And we will carry on her legacy. We will carry on her light. So Jackie, Comfort Stitching. Cross Stitch the Globe, Stephanie and Allison. I so love watching these sisters. They are from the Oklahoma City area, I think. They're in Oklahoma. Stephanie is a travel writer, travel photographer. She used to live in Europe. She started stitching because she wanted to turn her photos into cross-stitch pieces. Wow. Hey, there you go. But Stephanie also is a kindred soul because she loves to thrift. She loves to go secondhand shopping. And so she has started another channel called Stephanie Shops Secondhand. You gotta watch it. She does a lot of great thrifting. She's looking for cross-stitch kits, looking for cross-stitch charts, books. She also goes, she's like me, she'll go through the thrift store going, how can I turn this into a finished piece for a cross-stitch project? The channel that I started to mention earlier, Stephanie also had mentioned them in a Cross Stitch the Globe episode recently, but I've been watching him for some time now. It is called Midwest Magic Cleaning, and he is a gentleman who is autistic. However, he also does, his big thing is helping people in hoarding situations clean out the houses. He does this without shame. He does this without throwing somebody under the bus. It is very much, this is a mental illness. This is a mental issue this person's having, and I want to make their life better. And he does a lot of the work for free because of the ad revenue from his channels. And you know, I love watching, because I will sit and think, oh God, I am like one kit away from being on Hoarders. No, I'm not. I have, and I will be very honest, I have an issue. And my issue is that rather than doing something constructive, like actually stitching those kits, I keep collecting them as a drug to placate my depression, my anxiety, my ADD. And watching this young man working with these people and his thought process, and he talks, you know, in his, as he's doing his voiceovers, he's doing, you know, this is why we're doing this thing, and this is how we're doing this thing, and this is how their brain works, and this is why this is an issue for them. And it helps me. It helps things go click in my head and go, oh yeah, I get it now. Midwest Magic Cleaning. Of course, the one channel that I'm watching every single week without fail is Gary and Ronnie at GaRon Stitchery. And we call it date night. Every Friday night they have a video up. I don't know that they're going to have one this week because they are traveling to Nashville today. So I do not know that they are actually going to have a video this week. So we'll just be watching, keeping up with them vicariously through the group, through the Facebook group. And again, there's just so many more channels out there that I am watching. And if I didn't mention you, it's not that I haven't seen you. I have, I promise. Sully Stitches, Tara Sullivan, Sully Stitches. The Floss Bossin cousins. The Floss Bossin cousins. Pam and Steph, Just Keep Stitching. Kefren and Deb, Snug Harbor Crafts. Yeah. Okay, let me put these down. Let's see. Floss Bossin cousins, Just Keep Stitching, and Snug Harbor Crafts. Okay. So, last Flosstube, I kind of gave a little hint tease that something big was coming up. And no, I'm not pregnant. Still not pregnant. Thank God. But didn't realize my tea was almost out. But there is something big coming. 2 years ago, well, 3 years ago this summer, when my nephew unalived his daughter and then unalived himself, I promised my niece and my aunt, who's actually more like my sister, that I was coming back home to Missouri. And I got back to Seattle and I changed my mind. I really wasn't ready yet. And when Johnny passed and I went back, I was ready. I'm at a point in my career where it is time for me to retire from bedside nursing. It's not time for me to retire from nursing. It's just time for me to retire from bedside nursing. So to that end, I am looking for jobs where I can work remotely and work from home and start to preserve and try to improve what function I have left in my body. And I just feel like I am spinning my wheels here in Seattle. I love it here. I do. The cost of living is just so exorbitant that I just feel like I'm doing nothing more than madly paddling at the water to keep my head above it financially. Yes, I know. I could stop spending and wouldn't have that issue. But that's, again, a huge labyrinth of mental health issues that I am still trying to work with even today. So one chapter of my life is closing and another is opening. And in June, I am going back home to Northwest Missouri. I'm not going to move to St. Joseph. There's just too many memories, some not so great. I instead am going to be living north of St. Joseph in the more rural area with my niece, in the same town as my niece. That's our plan. So that we can be together. And she loves to craft. I love to craft. And yeah, so that is where we're at. As time goes by, you'll see less and less and less of this because it'll all be in boxes. My last day at the hospital will be the 17th of May. And then sometime beginning of June to the middle part of June, one of my stitchy friends here that I have meet up with every Thursday is going to go with me. She needs to be in northeast Oklahoma the last weekend in June, and so we're going to tag team driving the truck. And yeah, I'm going home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. So what are my plans? For stitching, it is continuing to be Swee-wee. Stitch what I want when I want. March focus for GaRon Stitchery, GaRon Designer Focus, is From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. And I do have a project all kitted up and ready to go. Oh, this must be why the iris is out. Okay. Anyway, that is the piece. Happy Easter. And he's so cute. So, that I'm going to get started. I'm probably going to start that today while we are at the, I'm at Stitching Meetup. I'm also going to start the piece for Library Stitchers Retreat, small exchange. Continue working on my friendships. And, there's some things coming. Let's see here. Where's the list? Ruh-roh. What did I do with the list? Okay. Well. Great. I did such a great job of clearing out everything. I accidentally grabbed the list. Okay, well. Let's see how much of this we can remember. So, March 15th is the start of Ronnie the Reindeer Style. March 29th is the International Mermaid Day. Willitstitch and Kennystitches are doing a mermaid stitch along. They do not yet have a hashtag. I don't know that they're even going to have a hashtag, honestly, because of the because of IG and how they're screwing things around with hashtags. Let's see, the 26th of April will be the start of, no, the 15th is Parrot. The 26th of April is the start of Lord Deer, or Ronnie the Reindeer. There is a stitch along in the Across the Pond Stitch and Chat group that I have yet to get started. That was started in January, and that is Beautiful Things Come Together One Stitch at a Time. I have two different charts that say that. One is Twin Peak Primitives. The other is from Primrose Cottage. Haha, there it is. I know if I just kept going. One of them is Primrose Cottage, Beautiful Things Come Together One Stitch at a Time, and the other one is from Twin Peak Primitives, Beautiful Things Come Together One Stitch at a Time. The group is doing one from La-Di-Da. And, but I asked and they told me that, oh my gosh, yes, do whatever you want to do. Please do whatever you want to do. And then the 26th of February was, or the 27th of February, 27th of February was Christy's birthday. Christy Floss, Bossin Cousins. And so she started a Hands Across the Sea piece. And so the hashtag is hats off to 50. And I'm going to pick up Tom's Foolery. I started that one last year on April 1st for Foolery on Fools with Stitching with the Sarahs. The 29th of March, International Mermaid Day, Willitstitch and Kennystitches. I'm actually going to pick up my Joan Elliott piece and continue working on that. And yes, the 15th of March, start Lord Deer. The 26th of April, start Parrot. Oh, I did have those backwards. Yikes. Okay. The 26th of April, start Parrot from Salty Stitcher Designs on the beautiful tie-dyed fabric. The 15th of March, start Lord Deer. The 29th of March is International Mermaid Day, so pick up Joan Elliott and work some more on her. This coming Saturday is Across the Pond Stitch and Chat Zoom. There's also a local stitching meetup with the Seattle Stitchers. Not Seattle Stitcher Megan, but Seattle Stitchers. This is a Facebook group. I actually signed up to do the Zoom. I'm working that weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to get a bit of a nap, do the Zoom, and then get another nap and go back to work. And then the first weekend in April is Jeanette Douglas Specialty Stitches at Acorns and Threads. Marcia, I, and oh my God, I'm so sorry I forgot. Oh my God, I'm having a massive brain fart. The three of us, we used to meet up at Ben Franklin and Stitch before I moved to Edmonds. Anyway, we're going to go together. We're very excited about that. Obviously, the 25th, 26th of April is Library Stitchers Retreat. So I'm flying out overnight Wednesday night, getting there Thursday morning. Taylor's not going to get to come this time. So I'm going to fly out Wednesday night, get there Thursday morning, drive up to Augusta, check into the hotel. The retreat starts Friday. I'll have a roommate Friday night and Saturday night. And then Sunday, I don't know yet whether I'm going to just stay at the hotel and leave at like midnight and drive back down to Boston to turn in the car and be at the airport at an ungodly hour of the morning. I'm a night owl. It's not an ungodly hour of the morning. It's my normal wake up hours. To turn the rental car back in and fly back to Seattle, and then continue getting ready to move. And but yeah, so it's just lots of, swee-wee and little bits and pieces here. And yeah, so that pretty much is everything. Again, I want to tell you, thank you so very much for spending your time with me. It's almost an hour. I was hoping it would be shorter than this, but then again, I do kind of tend to meander, and I'm also exhausted. I've been up all night, so anywho, but I can't think of anything else. I think I've covered it all. And yeah. Yeah, I do believe that's everything. So I will leave you with continue to curate those supplies and create with those supplies, and therefore be inspiring. And no matter what, be kind. We need it desperately right now. Be kind. You have a right to your opinion, but you don't have a right to tell me how to have my opinion, okay? And this is going to tear us apart before this is all said and done. This is going to tear us apart, and this is exactly what he wants. So be kind. You have absolutely no idea what someone else is going through, and your deed, your thought, your word, your gesture might be just what they needed that very moment in time. So be kind. And I love you to pieces, and you all be good. And hopefully I'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.